right here at EHAS Club. I'm your host, Cornell Bunting. So excited today. We finally have one of Southwest Florida's most busiest women, entrepreneur, doing all these different amazing things here with her Spanish self. It's amazing. But I'm not gonna spoil a whole lot for you guys. I'm gonna let her tell you guys a little bit about what that look like as we unfold it. So without further ado, help me welcome Miss Jessica Mendoza.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm truly honored.
Yes.
And just knowing about everything that you do,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much. I'm surprised. I thought you only wrote books.
Ah,
Like,
there's a whole lot. And
yeah,
and for you guys, cause this is the first one we're doing, like, so we live streaming on YouTube as well. So if you guys follow me on YouTube, you could go check out the live stream on there as well. But yeah, we're gonna dive into some stuff because we've wanted to talk to you from a good little bit now, but
yeah,
you've been so busy.
yeah,
And then managing life as the mom
yeah,
that you are
yeah.
and all that stuff. So what we want to do, we want to take our listeners back to the early years. Where was Jessica born?
So I was born and raised in Miami, and my ethnicity is Guatemala.
Ooh, this
Yeah,
is good. So so okay. Let me ask you, like, because I know that culture was like very mixed, yeah.
yeah.
Like you have a lot of people from like Cuba, Puerto
Yeah,
Rico,
Miami, it's a mix of everybody. Yeah.
mix
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
Jamaicans are there
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Yeah, and that's how we get like the Miami accent is
Yeah,
like they never catch on because
right,
you get used to like if you're with Cubans, it comes out a little bit. If you're
right.
with Puerto Ricans, it comes out. So depending on the circle you're in,
Yeah.
your accent like goes along with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, as far as siblings go, how many siblings?
I have three brothers,
Okay. Okay.
no sisters.
So you're the only girl.
Only girl and the baby of the house.
Come
Well, not the
on.
baby anymore, but
Yeah.
the baby.
So you were spoiled. They spoiled you.
Yeah, I mean, as far as what my parents could, my parents
Okay.
immigrated, from Guatemala.
Mhm.
So both of my parents, they both had two jobs.
Yeah.
And just like our countries, the older brother is the one that
Yes.
takes care of the little kids at home, and that was our role. So
Yeah.
they got to spoil me as much as they could,
Now,
basically.
now I know a lot of a family, like when they move here, the parents never necessarily learn the English and stuff. Did your
No.
parents learn the English?
No, my parents understood it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they understood it. And one mistake that my parents did, I don't know if a lot of other parents, foreign, parents that immigrate do that, but
Right.
my parents never obligated us to speak Spanish
Oh,
because
okay.
they understood English. So they would allow us to speak to them in English and they
Okay.
would respond in Spanish.
Oh,
So we
wow.
understood it, but never got the practice
Okay, to learn them.
to learn it. Yeah.
Wow, that is wild. I never thought of that. Like
Yeah.
you say in one language and you get the
Yeah, and my
response back in
parents
another.
thought it was something good that we were learning English. So they
Yeah,
never like pressured us
yeah.
or, put it as a priority that we knew that we learned Spanish. We learned Spanish as we got older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So now in school, what kind of girl was you? Was you into the sports or
Never.
no?
Never. My parents were too busy,
Okay.
trying to make it, in a new country for them.
Right.
We were always home. My
Oh.
brother, my oldest brother, he did play sports. I never did.
Okay.
I never did.
So you did school straight home after school.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that is
At
amazing.
home and church. That
Yeah.
was my life. That
Where-
was my life.
Was
Yeah,
you going to church a lot too?
yeah. I was born and raised into church.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
How many days you had to do for the week in church?
For church,
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was a for us. It was a lifestyle. It was
Yeah.
so normal.
Yeah.
It was a
Oh my,
lifestyle.
that's like the Caribbean too, because you go to church Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Too
It was
much.
every day, and then the brothers and sisters at the house, and that was our life. Yeah.
Wow. Now, when did you, like, out of school, like you finished school, when did you decided, like, the path that you wanted to go into as far as work go? When did you decided what you
I
wanted
I
to do?
didn't.
No?
I did.
It just falls in your lap, huh?
It fell. It fell. So it fell in my lap because I was married for a long time.
Okay.
So from my house, from mom and dad, I got married in church, and I was married for many years. My
Yeah.
3 kids were born into that marriage, and once things fall apart,
Yeah.
then I saw myself like, oh my God, what am I gonna do?
So you weren't working for, like, when you got out of school, you was more like a housewife.
I was a housewife, always
Okay.
supporting my husband.
Okay.
We were always entrepreneurs, always in ministry as well.
Okay.
So, as many of us that grew in a church,
Yeah.
Pentecostal church is more of, the support that we give our husbands.
Okay.
And that's the role that I took on, for
So
many
you were
years.
like
I
the
enjoyed
first
it.
lady.
Yes, I enjoyed it very much. I
Okay.
enjoyed
Okay.
that stage. I loved it. But, life changes.
Yeah.
So about 8 years ago, my kids were still little when my husband took another path. My ex-husband, he
Yeah.
took another path, and that's when I started my entrepreneur lifestyle.
Oh,
8 years
okay.
ago.
Okay. Wow. So you were
Yeah.
like, you were trying to figure out, what do I want to do?
Yeah, yeah, it was shocking,
Yeah.
at the moment at first, because for being from a housewife, and supporting my husband back then,
Right.
and then seeing myself alone with 3 kids,
Right.
right? It's like, what am I gonna do?
Right.
I never got prepared, never went to school, never, like,
Yeah.
never actually did
Right.
have the need.
Yeah.
So, I started slowly, like trying to figure out, okay, what is it that I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
In marriage, I did have like I did have all the gifts that I have today,
Right.
but
Right.
I was relying on somebody
Right.
and
Right.
pushing somebody, and that person being the face
Right.
of the businesses. So I didn't have the need.
Right.
I was on the back end. So it's been a process.
Yeah. As you're saying that, because I think that could kind of answer a little bit. So I had some people that sent me a post. I won't even say the name of the celebrity and all that stuff. But they were been married for 29 years. They went through a whole thing, and the wife now decided she wants a half of what he's made over the years. So something around 100 million or whatever she wanted. But then they find out she couldn't get that because he only had 10 grand in his account, and he put everything else in his parents' name.
Oh,
And they were like, "You need to speak on it." And I'm like, I didn't want to speak on it because, one, I didn't know if it's even factual.
yeah.
But then two, I was like, make it make sense. How you with someone for 29 years, and that person is making so much money, you never once say, "Hey, let me
Yeah.
have my own business,"
Yeah.
or put her on. I don't think it's fair. Like,
It's not.
yeah.
It's not. And unfortunately, I had to go through it.
Hmm.
Where I supported my ex-husband. A few businesses, and at the moment where he just decided to take another path.
Yeah.
He even changed. Back then, businesses towards his current wife's name, just for
What?
him won't pay child support and all that. I mean,
My
that's a
goodness.
different
Yeah,
stage.
yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
8 years ago.
Right.
Now, things are different.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I could say, God had gave me, the
Right.
wisdom to actually, figure out things, and to be where I'm at today.
Yeah, I
So
love
I
that.
don't have that need.
Right.
I don't complain about it. It's just a process that we
Yeah.
go through. But it's hard as women,
Right.
especially when the kids are little.
Right.
So I went through that. My kids, thankfully, they're grown already. I
Right.
still have a 12-year, but they're grown where I'm not like, I'm not struggling as I
Right.
was a few years ago.
Right. So now you tap into marketing and kind of exploded a little bit after.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You had a lot of places wanted you to be a part of what.
Yeah. So what happened when I had my divorce, that I started, this new lifestyle of trying to figure out what I was gonna do.
Mhm.
I started saying yes to any opportunity that came to my table. Any opportunity, job opportunity that came to me, I would say yes, 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 yes.
Right.
And I became this person where I could, like, literally, like, I figured out I could
Yeah.
handle and do a lot of things at the same time.
Right.
So, when people tell me, "Oh, I admire you because you could do," or "How do you do it?" I'm like,
Right.
"I don't know. I
Yeah.
just did it because of the need.
Right.
I had
Right.
3 kids to feed back then,
Yeah.
and I figured it out."
Yeah.
So that's how I got into it. I started into, like, networking a lot.
Hmm.
And just focusing on meeting people.
Right.
And God gave me the opportunity to meet a lot of amazing people in Southwest Florida.
Yes, yes.
That, throughout that stage, a lot of friends that throughout that stage they gave me, that need that that I needed away from home, away from the kids, away that from that, stressful lifestyle.
Yeah.
And they gave me that helping hand of believing in me,
Yeah.
and looking at something else and something that I probably didn't see at the moment. You just say yes
Right.
without knowing, but
Yeah.
this other person is saying, giving me the opportunity because they're saying something else,
Right.
which probably at the moment I didn't see.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into, like the networking and meeting a lot of people.
I love that. I love that. Now, having that Guatemala culture, have you gone back to embrace that culture?
I do. I
Yeah.
do. I try to take my kids. Well, my son, for the first time, I took him about last October,
Yeah.
and he fell in love. I'm like, you gotta go. You gotta, know your culture, know your food, know the people, and it's just so different, because then we realize, oh, why are we certain ways? It's because of our culture. Yeah.
Right.
So
Wow, that is awesome. And I know you guys have a lot of similar food to like what Puerto Ricans does and
rice, beans.
yeah. So you're a big chef. You good in the kitchen?
I'm not. I'm not. I think, well, let me clarify that. I think that if I would have the time as I used to, I would
Okay.
be. I like cooking, but not often.
Not often.
No, I don't have the time.
Yeah, you are so busy. You are really busy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And now I know a lot of people been always asking, like, we come to Southwest Florida, but we don't necessarily know what to do, where to go, or what circle to try to find. And some people say it's hard for them to find a circle that they can fit in. What would you say on that?
I don't know. I'm a people person. Yeah. So I'm a people person, and you know how it is.
Definitely,
We have our bumps there, here and there, but
yeah,
at the end, when you do things genuinely and you just love people,
yes,
you fit in
you'll fit
somehow,
Yes,
and
yes.
I think it's a gift, that many of us have, that we
Right.
just embrace that with other people.
Yes, yes.
So I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Well, you answer the question
Yeah.
because when you can be awesome, when you can be authentic and be yourself, people will accept you into whatever that circle looks like.
Things flow naturally.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I would say, and I'm sure you'd agree, between Fort Myers, Naples, there's quite a bit of events that is unfolding every weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of events.
Yeah.
I mean, network events, parties, anything you want. There's every weekend. There's something.
Now, I know you've done like some restaurant stuff where you've helped some of the restaurants to help
Yes.
people.
Yes.
What made you wanting to get into like a world like that to just
So Casablanca is where I started.
Yes,
Casablanca, it's a Mexican restaurant in
Yes.
Fort Myers.
yes.
The owner and his wife, they're amazing. And for some reason, I guess,
Yeah.
he saw something in me that he thought I could do this, right?
Yeah.
And he gave me the opportunity. He's like, Jesse, why don't we do a brunch?
Yeah.
Right? And we did a brunch. And to my surprise, a lot of people showed up.
Yes.
So we did the anniversary, and well, we did the grand opening. I'm sorry, we did the grand opening, invite only, and I was like, well, we're gonna invite these people. Everybody showed up.
Yeah.
So once I saw, that outcome, 2 or 3 times that I did it at Casablanca,
Yeah.
I was like, this is something, that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
So I started doing it for fun.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start doing it for the money. I started doing it for fun and to help business owners.
Right.
And that's how Dash Lifestyle was born.
Yeah.
I was born with the idea, and that is my idea.
Right.
To always help local business owners, give them a boost.
Yeah.
Through events.
Yeah.
So me coming in and actually sitting down with a business owner and elaborating with them, what is your idea?
Right.
And what is it that you need? What type of clients is it that you need? What day you're lacking?
Right.
And just, brainstorming with that owner, what is it that their need?
Right.
And that is my job to come in, and actually help them and bring in those people.
I love that. And
Yeah.
with you being engaging like that would lead to this next question that a lot of people been a little confused on because they're saying that the newer generation now don't even know how to ask someone out. Let me ask you.
We're gonna get into that. Wait. I wasn't expecting those dating questions now.
let me have someone ever like because I know the newer generation they're awkward to that with the social engagement and stuff like because everyone's on the phone.
Yeah, yeah.
But let me ask you, how you feel about like you feel there's still guys that are bold enough to come up and say, "Hey, can I go on a date with you?"
I'm not the right person to ask those questions. Because for some reason, I'm not gonna say I don't have good luck. I mean, I've had amazing people, always
Yeah.
around me. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna, but I don't know. It's not easy. And I blame it probably on my different stages.
Yeah.
I was married forever.
Yeah.
I was married for almost 20 years of my
Wow.
life. So coming into that and then coming into a dating stage already older,
Right.
and like I say, I was from mom and dad,
Right.
home
Right.
to
Yeah.
a marriage. So
Right.
I was never like alone in my
You
life.
was never out
Never
there.
alone.
Yeah.
Until, I got divorced and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is the world.
Yeah.
This is the nightclub. This is the drinking. This is, I never knew. So to my surprise, I was like, okay, now I gotta go back into the dating and
Yeah.
it's
Like, I
I
never
still don't
knew.
know. I still don't know how it works. I'm
This-
not I can't give a dating advice.
Some people said the dating pool is terrible right now.
Yeah. They
Oh
say
my.
as the older we get, the worse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, the older generation still kind of stick to some of their old school ways.
Yeah, I'm very old school, and I think that scares some men away.
So it does.
I think it scares them because I genuinely do it. I'm
Right.
used to it, and then not because I'm trying to act like a wife.
Right.
It's just normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Right.
Did you take your
Yeah.
your pills? That's
Right. Right.
normal.
Yeah.
So
They're
they
like,
they see it weird. It's like,
yeah. What are we talking about out here? What are we doing? Oh
yeah,
man, that is wild. And I know right now, like with marketing stuff that you're doing, there's a lot of people that's trying to get into that world as well, but they're finding challenges because there's so much now, plus with
yeah,
AI and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. I would say that they need to find their passion,
Mm-hmm.
and for me, that's what gives me the
Yeah.
adrenaline to
Right.
do anything that I do.
Yeah.
And once I find that passion, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it so focused as if that business is mine. That's how I take it.
Right.
That's literally how I take it. Oh my God, they're giving me an opportunity,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna take it like if it's mine. I
Right.
feel
Right.
that responsibility. So I think there's a lot of people trying to do it,
Yeah.
but not with that passion or not with that care.
Right.
And for me, I think that that's what's made the difference.
Yeah.
I try to connect a lot with the business owners, because at the end, it's their vision, it's their investment, it's their
Right.
life.
Yep.
Around these business, and sometimes they need someone genuine to come and give them that helping hand,
Right.
that take that, as that vision as if it's their own.
Right.
So for me, it's more that, when I see a lot of people doing marketing or doing events or just doing it for doing it,
Yeah.
to do it or just to fill in a gap, I don't see that there's a purpose behind it, a true
Right.
purpose.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
yeah,
Big gems, people.
yeah.
There's two shows happening. You can only go to one of the shows. You got J Lo over here. You got Shakira over here. Who you going with?
Me, J Lo.
Ooh, J Lo. I should have probably expected you were gonna say that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Because J Lo got that thing to her that people are like, is she really the age that she is?
Yeah, the age and the beauty, the way she dresses, and then she's classy but sexy. Yeah, everything about her.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
everything about her.
It's beautiful. And I know people be now they're hearing like you got 3 kids, they're like, oh, so maybe she's a little older than I thought she is. Because you don't look your age.
Yeah.
If you was to tell it,
don't ask me my age.
no, it was,
I didn't have a problem 2 years ago. I was probably like, yeah, I'm this age. Now
yeah,
it's like, don't ask me.
yeah. But, well, I mean, you still look pretty young,
Yeah.
so this is
Yeah.
good, and you maintain what that look like. I got to say though, the Spanish community has really embraced everyone. So like, cause last year one of the community they embrace and acknowledge some of your work, and they gave you like a
Oh yeah, yeah. They gave me a Latin award,
yeah
right, through Maryland,
yeah.
Santiago. Yeah, and yeah, it was something really nice.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. It
Yeah,
was,
I know a lot of people saw that and was like, "Yo, this is
yeah,
beautiful."
that's right. You were there. You were
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Came and
and
saw what
supported.
that looked like.
Yes,
Yeah, that was
thank you.
really cool.
Yeah,
You know, and the way you guys party is a whole
party.
nother. Yeah, like just the Spanish in general, they just
Yeah,
party hard
yeah,
and just
yeah. We
the
do.
the.
We find the fun, right? I mean, you guys do
Well,
too.
you know, we do. We try.
Yeah,
Just not
yeah,
not a whole lot. You guys have the fashion down too. I like that.
yeah. You think so?
I think so. You don't think you guys do a good job with the fashion?
We do.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody, but just like look at you, sir. Who's talking about fashion? Look. I wish you guys could see his shoes.
Every now and then I pull a few things out.
Yeah.
But I knew I was gonna have you on the show today, so I was like, how am I showing up? Because I did go through a few outfits.
Yeah, that's good. We're kind of like matching, so it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
It's
we
good.
did that today.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff now, like that you're doing, and then like you get into different networking event. What does that look like? If someone wanted to go into a space and say, "Ooh, I get to run into Jessica."
What's the question again?
Like which of those spaces you go into now?
So,
Like,
so right now so I do a couple of different things, like and I got into real estate a couple of years ago.
right.
6 years ago. I have my license, and I had the opportunity 2 years ago to get a business proposal from Unique Title.
Right.
And Unique Title, our headquarters is Orlando, and this amazing owner,
Right.
she came down to a network event in Southwest Florida, and she saw the opportunity.
Yeah.
But then she was looking around like, who would be the right person?
Yeah.
And she met me, and I never had the experience of
Right.
doing business development directly for a company, and she gave me the opportunity, and I said yes. I said, yeah, I'll do it. I don't know anything about that, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
And amazing opportunity. I could say that as time goes, I enjoy it more.
Beautiful.
Where I only could speak of what I do, as far as the title company or my experience with Unique Title.
Right.
Because I don't know how everybody else does it, but
Right.
as far as us, and it goes very well with my character
Right.
and my vision of helping people. We come in as a title company, and we offer brokers and their agents workshops,
Nice.
and we add that value, and without asking for the business.
Wow.
Right? We
Yeah.
add that value to them, and we tell them we're gonna help them, give them a helping hand.
Yeah.
Of course, with the idea that in return we get that business.
Right. Right.
But at least me, I make sure to on my end to be adding that value, and we add that value through our workshops.
Okay.
um, so with Unique Title, I do monthly workshops.
Okay.
Different workshops as far as teaching the agents about marketing, teaching the agents time management. I did a very good workshop that I created about time management, and
Yeah.
we do farming. So we do a lot, to
Yeah.
come in and give them that tool,
Yeah.
give
I
them the
like that.
tools, and tell them, hey, you're not here alone as a real estate agent. You
Right.
don't have to do this alone.
Right.
I could help you with marketing.
Yeah.
So it's helped, and I enjoy it. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it when an agent tells me, "Oh my God, Jesse, you did amazing. Thank you so much for helping me." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, thank you. I feel happy. I feel happy, to help people."
Yeah, I like that.
I've enjoyed that ride with Unique Title. So with them, I do workshops, I do network events, everything in the real estate industry.
Right.
Okay, so anything that's out of real estate industry, then I do with Dash Lifestyle.
Dash, yeah.
Yeah.
Now comes to the next question. Between the real estate stuff, Dash lifestyle, mom, how challenging is that?
Very hard. Very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard. um I try to keep a balance.
Okay.
I try my best, to keep a balance. If I feel a couple of days that I'm working too much or going to too much events and I haven't had dinner at home, or I haven't, been enough time with my daughter, the little one,
Yeah.
right? The older ones are older already,
Yeah.
but the little one, that's my main focus right now. Then
Yeah.
I take the time to pause,
You pull back.
and even if I have events or birthdays or whatever it is, I have to say no.
Yeah.
My kids are my priority within
love that.
anything that I do.
Yeah.
Anything, even that dating life, anything that I do.
Yeah.
My kids, my mom,
Yeah.
she lives with me, thankfully.
Oh, nice.
I took my mom's responsibility when my dad passed away during COVID, and she's been the greatest blessing. That she's my backbone. She is my backbone for everything that I do.
Yeah.
We support each other. She needs me, I pause. Same thing.
Yeah.
My kids and my family, they know that the priority in our household is grandma. Right. It's grandma. It's not even the kids. Right. So it changes a little bit. Yeah. When you say mom, daughter, yeah, no, my mom is our priority. So same thing, we pause. Yeah. Automatically. Everybody pauses. Right. If grandma gets sick, if grandma had a surgery, if grandma needs anything, we pause. We shutting everything down. That's why. Yeah. So you told me I'm always on the go. That is one of the reasons why I'm on the go. Yeah. I am on the go, and that is my biggest why. I love that. And it brings happy tears, good tears, mixed emotions. Yeah. I don't know where I would be without my parents, and my dad, when he passed away. I know that leaving my mom behind, it was something worrying, to him going through that stage. Wow. So for me, every day that I get up, I don't see it as, oh my God, I gotta get up. No, I get up because I know that one day I'm gonna have to pause and take care of my mom. Yeah. And that is my biggest why. Wow. Wow. Yeah. That is amazing right there. And that is so beautiful, when you got your parent, because you don't never know when they'll leave us. So yeah, and I don't know Jamaican culture, but Latin culture, we don't put our parents in a home. No, we don't. No. We take care of them. No. We take care of them. One of the child takes care of them. That's how our culture is. Yeah, and I took the responsibility. I just let my brothers know, and I always tell them, don't worry about it. Mom's okay. I took her to the doctor. I did this, but I take the responsibility with so much love. Wow. And for me, so much of a blessing. Yeah. I remember when before my dad passed away, and we had to go into that stage where we had to take care of him. And he would cry because he was embarrassed. He was older already, and he's like, no, my daughter, she can't take care of me or shower me. And I would look into my dad's eyes, and I'm like, hey, I'm your daughter. It's okay. This is a blessing to me. Yeah. And he would just cry, and I'm like, no, this is the biggest blessing to me. So you got me crying, right? Yeah. So man, yeah. Yeah. So besides my kids, yes, my kids are my greatest blessing, but right now our stage is, grandma. Yeah. Grandma in her last years, that she has here. So that's beautiful. Now, because of how functioning you are, and energetic with a lot of what you do, some people say, to get their morning started, they got the right music going or they do devotion. What do you do to get your morning started? I do prayer and devotion. Beautiful. And I try to keep away from my phone. Okay. Right? If I know that, for example, I'm coming here, I try not to talk to nobody before, because I want, and the same thing with an event, I try my mind and my energy to be with what I'm doing. Yes. For I could give, even today, right, that I got pulled over. I was like, oh, this is fine. I got pulled over today because I was like a bit, and I was the police comes, and he's like, you know you're a speeder. I'm like, it's okay. Here you go. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, you were like,
here's
you
my
know, we want to have
license.
a
I'm like,
conversation.
this is
Yeah.
not messing up my day.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
I love that. I
yeah.
love that because you know some woman be like, "Well, I'm beautiful, so I'm just gonna use this beauty right now. I'm gonna charm this officer, and then you just gonna give
Nah,
me a
nah,
warning."
it is. I tried that once in my life and
Yeah.
it didn't work. And I was like, I'm never doing this again.
You're like,
Here's
you
my
got it.
license.
Yeah.
Give me the ticket.
Yeah, you know, that's how I am now. Like
Yeah.
when I was bringing my son back to college the other day, and the cop pulled me up, which didn't even make sense because we're in bushes.
Mhm.
Literally, it's all trees.
Yeah.
And literally, I got pulled over, and I'm like, "What, dude? There's not even no speeding sign or whatever." But I'm not saying nothing to him. As soon as he got to me, gave my license, registration, and insurance. Just give me the tickets, bro.
Yeah, just give me the ticket.
Wait.
I'm on the go.
Yeah.
That's why I was rushing because I was on the go.
we moving right
Yeah.
now with what's going on with our diversities even in Southwest Florida. You feel a lot of these events that is happening, like the network events, is results coming from those where people are definitely connecting and business are supporting other business.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've learned to be a little bit more straightforward
Okay.
because before it was a lot of help without asking,
Right.
for that business.
Yeah.
So I've been a little bit more direct when
Okay.
it comes to business. Like, hey, I'm here to help you, but
Yeah.
you know, it has to go hand in hand.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, and before I didn't say it, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, they'll give me the business whenever. No, I was like, oh, why are they? Who? Why? And then I started learning with certain people that I do work with closely because they're friends,
Right.
right? So it's like, why are you not using me?
Yeah.
Why are you not referring work to me?
Yeah.
And then I started like polishing. It's been a long process to get to where I'm at. It's
You
been
polished up.
because nobody tells you, right?
Right. That is true. That is true.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like everybody tells you, oh my God, you're amazing at what you do,
Right.
right? When you're there.
Right. Right.
But that process, nobody tells you. Nobody tells you how to put an event. Nobody's gonna give you their ideas.
Right.
Nobody's gonna tell you how to negotiate.
Right.
So for me, it was a learning experience. 8 years of me, like and now I could say, when it comes to business, I'm more direct.
Yeah.
It's strictly more direct.
Yeah.
I here for money. All right, let's go.
Now, with the culture that you have, what is your favorite food?
So it's called churrasco, but the churrasco for Guatemalans is different.
Okay.
To other countries. Churrasco for other countries is just the it's steak.
Okay.
Skirt steak.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Okay.
But churrasco for Guatemalans, they put it in a tortilla, in a flour tortilla that looks like kind of like a pizza.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of like a round pizza, flour tortilla.
Mhm.
They put like it's a cream, like kind of like sour cream, but not sour cream. I
Yeah.
don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
But they put that, they put the meat, they put beans, they put lettuce,
Wow.
and that's a churrasco for Guatemalans.
Wow.
And then you eat the whole tortilla. crema, like cream.
Oh, wow.
That is Guatemalan, like a Guatemalan typical breakfast.
Yeah.
And you go to McDonald's and they have it.
That is dope. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
They might not have that at the McDonald's here, but in Guatemala,
Guatemala, they have it. They have Guatemalan breakfast.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
Which
cool.
I thought it was cool, and I went. I was like, wow, this is cool. Yeah.
Now, when last have you got to just hang out with all of your siblings and just kind of have fun a little bit?
So, United States is different, right?
Yes.
We're always busy, always on the go. Everybody focuses on their families. So, for us, we don't get to see each other often.
Right.
Probably, I would say my mom's birthday, a day after Christmas.
Okay.
Right, and maybe for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I would say probably 3 times a year that
Okay.
we get to see each other and actually be all together.
Yeah. That is
So,
pretty cool right there.
yeah.
I like that. Now, the party scene here is pretty wild. And you have a lot of people when they come into town, they're like, where can we go? If you was to recommend any area, where would you tell them, like, if they wanted to
To
go
party?
have some, yeah.
To party? I mean, there's nothing else but downtown Fort Myers. Just jump around, do bar hopping. Have you done bar hopping in downtown Fort Myers? It's so fun.
I've done some hopping. I don't know if I've ever really done it in Fort Myers the way, like, where I did it before, which was really cool. I did it on the Strip when I lived in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
I did it on the Strip,
Yeah.
Las Olas.
Yeah.
Because the whole strip is bars.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. Which, I mean, Fort Myers is getting to that place where
downtown Fort Myers, they have, and what I like about downtown Fort Myers is that, or you could dress really nice.
Yes.
Or you could, probably go out in pajamas. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It could be very laid back, or you could dress nice if you're going out, to an event or whatever. So, I think bar hopping would be, what I would say.
Yeah.
Go have dinner and then go bar hopping.
Yeah,
What am I gonna say?
Just jump around a little
Yeah.
bit. I gotta say though, just the way things have changed. I never thought I would start seeing people out in PJs.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few places. I mean, like pajamas, like, like the Christmas pajamas and all that.
Yeah.
There's a few places. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I personally have never done it.
Right.
I've seen people and I'm like, oh, that looks like fun,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
I haven't done it. But
now with the kids, when last have you got to take them up to like Disney, Legoland?
oh my God, it's the little one. It's probably been a while.
Yeah.
Let's see, the little one. She's been asking for Disney.
She has been.
Yeah, but she's been asking on a solo trip with me, like alone.
Oh, she don't want no one else.
No, nobody else. Nobody else. And before, it was always me and the 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So now she's like, no, I want to go alone because I want to do whatever I want. She's a little bit grown already. So,
yeah.
But I think probably last year I tried to take them at least once a year.
Nice.
But I took her to, where was it? I took her to the fair, Lee County Fair, and that was pretty fun.
That is beautiful. Now, for people that would love to get your service, love to do business with you, how can they find you? What does that look like?
Social media?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jessica Mendoza.
Okay.
Jessie.doza.
So Jessie.doza,
Yeah.
that is on
Instagram and Facebook, Jessie Mendoza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's basically the platforms that I use.
Okay.
I use more Instagram
Okay.
for some reason. That's that's what I use.
Yeah.
And it's worked for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know, that's beautiful. Hey guys, I'm sorry. I know you guys wanted me to ask her that question. I don't know if she's gonna answer you guys or give you guys the answer that you want to hear. Cause you got a few guys that are like, yo, bro, could you find out from her if she's single?
Oh
bro?
my God. Are you serious? I was not expecting that question. And I don't know. I don't know who's interested. I don't.
Right. So, you guys want me to ask the question? Are you going to give them an answer?
I mean, I'm in a dating season. You know what that means at our age? What does that mean at our age?
In our age, that just means right now there's a few individuals. There's a few options.
We're interviewing.
Yes.
Right? Interview.
we're taking takers.
Yeah, yeah.
However you.
And you know, I never imagined my life like this.
Yeah.
Never. You never planned for this,
This is
right?
true. This is true.
But you know, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. You know, after a couple, after you heal, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna say at the beginning it's easy, but now for me, you know, that I found peace, that I found how to figure out, you know, how to work, how to, and everything's so calm at home that I could say, okay, I enjoy, you know, having a nice dinner, you know, with somebody that I'm getting to know,
Right.
and just talking like grown adults, you
Yeah.
know, not BS, not
Yeah.
drama.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things, you know, that I don't deal with. I don't like it. I'm not the type of person that I like arguing.
Right.
I'm very communicative, and that's it. You know, if they think I'm too much, then all right, leave me alone. Get,
Yeah.
get out.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And you know, it's I don't know, it's always where you never get a couple that they're both like mesh like that. It's one is calm and then the next one wants to
Yeah,
get it.
I still don't know about that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Me and my ex-husband, almost 20 years, never argued.
That's beautiful.
Never argue. A
Yeah.
lot of teamwork.
Mhm.
So we were that power couple.
Yeah.
I don't need a I don't need that anymore. You know, at my age, what we need is just support, you know,
That's it.
just to be able to, you know, like, and I'm pretty sure you've heard it in social media when a woman is, you know, an entrepreneur and doing so much, she doesn't want to be that at home. You know, she
Right.
wants an actual, you know, somebody that's a leader, that's catering, that's
Yeah.
someone that's just there emotionally and mentally to bring in that same peace that she has already.
Right,
Right?
right.
And
Yeah.
that because she could handle everything else, but
Right.
that doesn't mean that, you know, she's not willing to.
Right.
So for me, you know, I don't like the toxic.
Yeah.
No, I can't deal with that. So
You guys hearing it? You hearing it? So listen, that is beautiful right there. I love that, and you guys, I hope you were taking notes. It's a beautiful thing. This was so dope, man. Just that
yeah,
on the
thank you.
shoulder.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I wasn't expecting all the questions around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to know everything about Jessica.
Yeah.
You know what I say
Yeah.
when people have known me through social media for a long time but not in person,
Right.
and then they know me in person and they're like, oh, I thought you were different, and I'm
Yeah.
like, well, welcome to Jesse's world.
Yeah.
This is real Jesse's
This is
world.
real. I like that. I like that. And it, you know, sometimes it's not easy to just put your business out there for people to just come in and violate whatever that looks like. You know?
At our age, we don't care.
We
Like,
don't
nah,
care.
we're
Yeah.
we're done. It's like it is what it is. You like me, you like me. You know,
Yeah.
you know. It's like
We are fully grown out here.
we're
This is
we're
grown
fully
up
grown.
stuff.
You know, we're focused. We have our plans. You know, our
Yes,
vision.
yes.
Our goals. You know, and I think more than anything, you know, even when it comes to like, I don't know, I don't want it to sound bad, but we don't put, you know, that energy or adrenaline into somebody. We put it into our vision, into what we want in life.
Right.
And I think as we get older,
Yeah.
you know, and that we see that the importance that life is,
Mhm.
family, friends, you know, that we take more, you know, of our dreams more with responsibility. I don't know, at least for me, it's like that.
No, I love that.
Yeah. So
Yeah. This is beautiful.
thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Listen, guys, you guys are welcome. There you guys have it. Thank you for being on the show
Thank
today.
you.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness. Listen, guys, until our next episode where we have another decorative guest right here at EHAS Club. I see you guys next time. That was
Bye.
beautiful. Oh my goodness. That was lovely.
How funny. I wasn't expecting all